Hey, what is up, my golden boys and girls? Chandler here, and yes, I know we are back on the carpet yet again for another video with the B09. So today's video is going to be a little different from what we've been normally doing, and today's video is going to be on launcher etiquette. What you don't know what etiquette is? Well, guess what? Sucks to be you. It means how to properly use this like a gentleman. If I had a fedora on, I'd show that, but I'm not moving my tripod. And I'm basically going to go over all these launchers. They kind of fall in the same category, so let's begin. So I'm going to start off with basically what I see that has been wrong, and that has how people have been not letting go of the string on the string launcher and clicking their launchers, as well as pulling out ripcords and strings out not straight. So I'm going to just show you all how to properly use them and to explain to you what I've been seeing that's been going wrong. So for a light launcher, I need grip. Where's grip? Grip, 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 grip. Grip and logger will be like my main friends for this video. What I've been seeing. People put the bay on the launcher and they click it. Don't do that. Just simply put the bay on the launcher and then twist a little bit. And so you can't feel it anymore before a click. Then it's on. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. And that's it. That's all you do. You just pull the string out straight. It's that easy. No like fancy, oh yeah, I'm going to make it catch the gears more by pulling it this way, because that ruins most of your power. You just want to pull it out nice and straight, because then you get the maximized power that you want. Same for sword launcher. Though sword launcher, your aim is going to suffer a lot. You load it in. You put it on, you hold it, you pull out straight. You don't pull sideways, you don't pull that, you put it on, you don't click it, and you just pull it out straight. It works for all Beyblades. If I were doing a Ripcord battle, I'd do launch him straight. Straight. Storm Spriggan wins. Woo. Fun. It's that easy. With a grip. How would you do it with a grip? Same way. You have a logger on there. You'd hold your grip. I would hold my grip like this, but since there's a logger, I just hold it like this. You'd put your Beyblade on. You'd hold it over the stadium, and you'd pull your ripcord out straight. If you want to be a little fancy on how you want to hold your launcher, like let's say I hold it like this, and I do this. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot! That's okay, because you're still pulling your ripcord out straight. Thank you for existing, Jail Jormungand. So yeah, that's pretty much with the ripcord launchers. Sword launchers, the same thing as the light launchers, just can't attach a grip to them. And you gotta be very proper, and you need to understand that you're not gonna have as good aim with it. Next up, I'm gonna check something. Okie dokie. Just have to grab that, because we are moving into string launcher territory. Now, with string launchers, they're a bit of a mixed bag. It really depends on what you're going to be using. For sparking launchers, they are powerful, but I've been noticing that they lack a bit of control. Like, let's say, well, Xeno Excalibur is not actually a good choice. I'd say Rising Ragnarok's a prime example. Actually, no, that's pretty good. It's just that with an attack type on, say, let's do a customization. Let's do Ragnarok Gravity Extreme. With a sparking launcher, I'd have way too much spin to actually gain control. But with a string launcher, I'd have less spin, and therefore I'd be able to get a little more control. I still went into the pocket either way. Who cares? How do I use a string launcher properly? Well, this is how. off camera. You see how I'm letting go of it? What I do is I hold it with my index finger underneath and my thumb above. So when I pull it, I pull out like this. I get to the end, and it slides out of my hand. When executed properly, you get a pretty good result. And if you know how to move your launcher and aim, then you got yourself a good launch, my friend. Sparking launchers is the same way. It's just that they're a little less comfortable. You pull out like that, and then you let go. All right, I want to see who's gonna win. Jormungand or Ragnarok? Jormungand wins. All right, nice. Sparking launchers are definitely better for launching your heavier Beyblades, like say Cho-Z. And I mean, it's good. It's very good. For sparking, I love using the sparking launchers whenever I can because they're heavy duty and you can get some real power out of them. But the thing is, with sparking launchers, you can't click them. They don't have a clutch. I basically just pull a string. I load it on, pull the string. Easy as that. It's really, like, string launchers are easy to use when you master them. Now, of course, I'm gonna have to get into the fundamentals here when launching. And it's a reference to Season 1. I'm gonna use Storm Spriggan for this. Actually, I'm gonna use Victory Valkyrie for this. No, I'm gonna use normal Valkyrie for this. What you do, you keep your launcher low to the stadium. You set up your angle. You make sure you have your arm as steady as a stone. And then you pull the string with all your might. Now, that's not how I hold a launcher, primarily. I'm gonna hold it how I normally would with the fundamentals. Have my hand steady. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! And yeah, you should be moving around normally. And then follow what I said about the string, and you should probably be golden at that point. Like, legit, you could probably do some self-battles. Okay, that was cool. But yeah, it's not hard to master the use of a string launcher. A lot of people say, oh, I can't use a string launcher, it's too hard. I'm like, that's because you're not practicing and experimenting with what you got. And that applies for all launchers. You should experiment with it all. Whether that be your launching technique, whether that be pulling the string out straight, whether that be an angle. Just gotta try it. Because experimenting is what makes this game fun, is because when something new is released, you gotta experiment with it to find out how good it actually is. And if you see a good result with your testing against some of the meta, then you may have some results that no one else has, because some people can't afford most Beyblades, which is something you want to capitalize on as a competitive player, is does the community have this release? Because if they don't have that release, then you can capitalize on it, because that means you have something that you can test that they can't test. This whole game is about testing and figuring out how to beat your opponent. No matter what. And you can do all sorts of crazy tricks. You can do launches from higher up. You can do launches from like right on the stadium, as long as you're not taking up your half of the stadium, which is another etiquette rule. Let's say I am battling my opponent and he's on this side. we're okay. But if he goes over here to launch and I'm over here, he's in my half of the stadium, therefore he cannot legally do that. He would have to be over here, because that's where he has his half. The stadium is split right down the middle in WBO play, and if you take up someone else's half of the stadium, that's illegal. So you can have your funny airplane launcher all you want. Like, there's no problem with that. Do that. I want to make the airplane launcher. Oh god, this is gonna be funny. Like, you can have your funny airplane launcher. No one's stopping you. But if you're taking up their half of the stadium, like this launcher is, you cannot do that. You can do this. No, you still can't do that. You're still taking up their half of the stadium. There is a line. There's a fine line. I'm going to use a wire for this, because this is hooked up to my computer. That is the line you do not cross when you're launching. Let me just show you an example. This launcher crosses that line. Crosses this line. This launcher crosses this line. Does not cross this line. Which means you're free to launch anywhere as long as you do not cross that center line. It's imaginary, but it's really there because the ref will be looking for it. And sure, maybe you can go off a little bit. I'm sure you can get some leeway. Like, let's say this is their half, they have a little less. You have a little more than you would expect. But that's still because as long as you're not permanently hindering their launch, then you're fine. There's no reason to not be able to launch in their area as long as you're not hindering how they are launching. The BO9 is a small stadium. A lot of people think they're really big. They're not. They're quite small. They are quite small, but they are very, very basic, and they work really well. Wow, that sucked. Kill Ragnarok! Okay, you're not gonna kill him, please? Kill Ragnarok? Alright, whatever. But basically it's all about just how you do it. There's nothing too special about it. Like, you have all these different bays, and they all work with this one tool that you have to have. You can have as many, you can use any Beyblade you want, so long as you have the launcher for it. Like, if you buy the sparking set, what's it called? The sparking, the limit break set. That's all you need for launchers, legit. I would say if you don't have any other thing to buy and you can buy that launcher, you're pretty much set. Because these two will always work, no matter what. Like, legit, I'm not going to talk as long as this is going to be very loud. But that's all you need. You just need 2 launchers and a Beyblade, and then you can play the game. You may only need one because you have a right spin. You need a right spin launcher. Just buy a right spin string launcher. That's all you need. You don't need any fancy schmancy grip setup like this, or you don't need you don't need a weight dampener or a power trigger, or a grip weight. These are nice things to have, but will they help? Are they good for starting? No, these are for advanced. It's all about personal preference. If you like that stuff and you have the money, buy it. If you don't have the money, don't buy it because you won't have the money to buy it. It's simple as that. It's all common sense. Sense. If you like how it feels, then that's good to you. But if you find something that feels even better, then go with that. But if it's too expensive, then stick with what you got, because you can master what you have. Because you will never stop improving with your launches. Because once I found out, like, this, I was set. It is so controllable. You can do so much with it. Your aim with this type of grip is spectacular. All you do. Wonderful. Beautiful. And it's that easy. You just gotta find a grip that suits you, gives you the best control and best power possible, and you gotta find an equal balance between that. And you gotta follow all these rules when launching, as well as you're not actually allowed to launch on the blast shield. You can't launch up here. Like, I'm not allowed to launch Acid Anubis on the blast shield. That's not a rule. But yeah, no, that's literally it for launchers. Just don't click your launcher, pull the string out straight, and what was the other one? And let go of the string right at the edge. You could try it with 2 fingers, your middle finger and your ring finger, and your index finger with your thumb. Is it middle finger? Yeah, I can flip people off with that. All right. And you can do that same thing. You can do the same thing with any finger. You just got to make sure it slides out of your hand. Hell, even with your pinky. It works. That's the whole gimmick. It's supposed to work. Anyway, I think I'm going to sign off on this video here with this last match. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really like to hear what some of your grips are. About time. What some of your guys' favorite launchers and accessories are, and how you hold your launcher. If you even use a Hasbro launcher. Like, Hasbro launchers still follow the same etiquette. Pull your ripcord out straight. All that stuff. Have an awesome day. Stay safe. Stay awesome. And Beyblade.